guys, it's SoniaVerardo here from trenchcollection.com, fashion, beauty, lifestyle and mom related blog. In my today's video I would like to talk about motherhood and how motherhood has changed me. So it's going to be a very personal video, and obviously I'm speaking from my own experience and I'm only speaking on my own behalf. So please don't feel involved in this video, because I'm just, opening my heart here. I'm actually filming this video for myself, as I did with other pregnancy videos, and I also made a video from Childfree by choice to pregnancy, my story, and that video actually reached a lot of views. I wasn't expecting it to reach so many views, because mostly I was making it for myself. I filmed it more than 2 years ago, because my little one is now 2 years old, so it's going to be almost 3 years old that I filmed this video, because I was in my early days of pregnancy. Those videos were very healing for me, and it was just a sort of vent for myself whenever I was feeling. I was just documenting it all, So that video reached a lot of views, and not only my subscribers but also other people who never actually saw any of my videos watched that video. And people who don't know me through my videos, who don't know me through my vlogs, who don't know me personally. So a lot of people just jump to their own conclusions. I noticed personally from comments that a lot of people did not even sit through the entire video. They did not even listen to what I have to say. They just maybe listened to some parts of video, and then they wrote a comment. So there were a lot of negative comments and a lot of positive comments as well. There was a sort of discussion going on in my comments, and this is really not what I wanted. It wasn't my original plan. So if I need to do a quick update on that video, it would be that nobody can tell me if I was child-free by choice or not. First of all, I did not even know there is child-free community around, and certainly I wasn't part of it. I am my own person, I have my own feelings and thoughts, and I don't even know what child-free community is. Please don't get offended, but I found that a lot of community members were attacking me and saying you were never truly child-free by choice, you were just on the fence, or you were just postponing, this decision of having kids. And I know that until I was 34 years old, I always knew that I never ever wanted to have kids. When my dog arrived, actually, my colleague from work called me mommy, because I now have a puppy, so I'm a mommy. And I said to her, I remember vividly, it was 2015, and I said to her, just please don't call me that, because I don't want to be anybody's mommy, and I don't want to be doggy's mommy either, because I don't want to be called mom at all. I can be her friend, but I just don't want to hear the word mommy. So I was really allergic to it. But the time has arrived, in this life people change. Life changes you, life situation changes you. And now, today, I'm a mom of a beautiful 2-year-old toddler, and I can only say that I regret that I wasted so much time in my life before I became a mom. Because I feel that I was born when he was born. I truly feel that way. Looking back at it now, I wish I started having kids earlier, in my 20s. When I got married, I was 26. But I guess in life you should never have regrets, because you should always look forward in life, not in the past, because we cannot really change the past, we can only learn from it. So there is really no point of me having regrets and wishing I did something differently. The most beautiful thing that has ever happened to me was giving birth to my son. My child, was the most beautiful thing that has ever happened in my life. I used to think only about the past. I was not so focused on the future. When I started leaving people behind me, in terms that my father died, so he was left in the past. My grandmother got really sick. She almost died in the early 2016. And this was sort of a breaking point for me, because I was approaching my mid-30s, I was 34, and I was thinking, I'm just leaving people behind me. And as years go by, I will age. This is like inevitable thing, this is certainty, and the people, you know, close people, my family members, you know, I will slowly leave them behind. You don't even notice that. Life passes, and only when some big thing like that happened, like that of my father, you notice how much years have passed. I mean, I had 32 years to spend with my dad, you know, to be with him on this earth, and they just flew by. And I did not even notice that, you know. I could have given him a grandson, and he never actually got to meet him. He passed away in 2012, and I gave birth in 2017. So 5 years later, I gave birth to his grandson. And when I think about it, I'm very, very sorry that he never actually met him. I thought, okay, I'm leaving all these people behind me. This is what life is. What do I have in my future? What do I have to look forward, you know? My life in that period of time was very, very carefree, should we say so. I had a job that was, you know, paying the bills. I was okay with it. It wasn't too stressful, it was not too time consuming, and it was a certain job. I had a good contract, so I was fine with that. Then every week, even a couple of days a week, I would go out and about, just around shopping centers. I would get some new treats for myself, makeup, clothes. Then I kept filming videos to show that to you, to film hauls, or I would take pictures for my blog. I would dress up and take perfect pictures and do my makeup and hair and everything. I felt really, really good about myself. But you know, years are passing by, and what are you creating? I was piling up things in my apartment that is small. I had a whole like stock room out of my bedroom because I did not even have any storage space left. I had tons of clothes, I had tons of makeup that I couldn't possibly use in my lifetime, and I started thinking, is this how you're going to live your future? What are you going to do in 10 years from now, when you are 44, when you are probably not going to be able to have kids anymore? Because let's face it, when you are in your 40s, it's harder, you know, medically speaking, it's harder to have kids. It's more stressful on your body as well. You know, clearly there are some rare cases that can still, you know, be fertile in their 50s, but, you know, I was thinking, in your 50s, you are probably not going to be able to have a kid, you know, realistically saying. Will you regret the fact that you never left anything behind of your own, that you never created another human being? And this is just, you know, my personal train of thought, and I'm so grateful that I kind of jumped. So many people told me that I was like stupid of me to like let the nature decide for me whether I want to have a kid or not. Obviously, my child isn't an accident, because I was with my hubby since 2004, so a very long time that we did not create a child. So obviously my child isn't an accident. I did not, you know, just get pregnant by an accident. Obviously I said, let's try. I am 34 going to 35, maybe I won't even be able to have kids, I don't know, we never actually tried. This is what I was thinking when I said I let the nature decide. I said, And now thinking about it, I'm going to like blow my brains out with thinking about it, because I was constantly going in the circle. I was so, you know, worried about pregnancy, about childbirth, about medical exams, about things going wrong. So I was just afraid to even try, afraid to live. Plus, I wasn't even convinced that motherhood is something that is meant for me, because I never ever wanted to have a child. So I was like, you know, what if I never feel love for my child? What if I never feel connection? What if there's something like wrong with me? So yeah, I was just obsessing about all these things, and finally when I said, let's see what the nature has in stock for me, you know, pregnancy happened, and it happened immediately. So I was very blessed with a beautiful pregnancy, beautiful childbirth. So before the camera cut me off, I need to remind myself to buy another memory card. I was saying that motherhood became the most beautiful thing that has ever happened to me, you know. Becoming a mom to this beautiful little boy that I have is something that has changed me completely. I don't even know how to describe my emotions, but I will try. Obviously, I am a human being. I do have my days when I feel a little bit sad, when I feel a bit stressed, or some things are not going the right way, but generally speaking, I am a happy person, because I can turn my mood with a snap of fingers. The only thing I need to do is to look at my little one, and my heart knows I am happy, and I instantly want to feel more optimistic and more energized and more everything, more positive about life, about everything. So my medicine, my remedy against, you know, against feeling down, against feeling blue, is my little one. So I am a happy person. I am way more optimistic. I'm way more everything, you know, positive. Before I became a mom, I used to always put myself first, and nowadays my little one is always my number one. I would give my life in a split second for him. Needless to say, needless to even mention that. He is my joy, my pride, my everything. And I don't really want to measure my words here. I don't really care about some people commenting. I hope this video don't go viral as the other one did, because I really do not want people, uninvited people, to judge me. Yeah, so I know if I'm putting this on internet everybody can judge me, but please at least, you know, do not judge what you don't know, because I used to be that way. I used to judge people, but I never was in their situation, you know. If people aren't doing anything wrong, then why should you judge, you know? They do not hurt others, they don't hurt you, so don't judge their life choices, don't judge their feelings and emotions. It's just hypocritical, I would say. Anyway, this aside, I also wanted to say that obviously motherhood can be hard. It is so beautiful and rewarding, but it's obviously hard. And when I say hard, the hardest thing for me was lack of sleep. Well, now we do sleep well, fortunately, knock on the wood, but he just started sleeping through the night at around 18-19 months of age. So not so long ago, and it's been a like life changer, really. It's been really hard not sleeping. Sleep deprivation and just tiredness with a little one. You always need to do tons of things, just, you know, feed him, change him, make sure he's okay, make sure he doesn't hurt himself, you know. It's very you know, hard, because it takes up a lot of energy, and then if you don't sleep, if you don't have enough sleep, it can be really exhausting for your mind and for your body. I used to be the person who always slept like 12 hours a day, who needed to sleep in order to function and to be energized. So when I had to face the fact that I'm not sleeping, I'm not getting enough of sleep, and there is really not much I can do, I was very, I don't know, it was challenging for me. I kept thinking that obviously it's such a short period in your lifetime, so it's like a little sacrifice that you're making for your child, and you just have to push through, you have to find strength. I guess just looking at your little ones is enough motivation, you know, for you to find some strength left in your body to just push through that period, because obviously things get better, and now we are sleeping well. So basically sleep deprivation was the most hard for me so far. Obviously, you know, that sense of worrying about your child, about your child's safety, about your child's future. I don't know if other moms can relate, but I do have these thoughts pretty often, and I will try in my life not to transfer these thoughts and fears on my little one, but just like, you know, a certain anxiety about him going to school, about you know, the bullies in school, about how he's going to do in school, about life in general, about everything, about illnesses, about everything. I worry, you know. I don't show that you know, to him, obviously. I don't really show that in my life, but there is just like little voice in your head that you cannot just shut down. At least I can't. I'm the person who always tends to think about, you know, worse, and I personally cannot ever like relax and just enjoy the moment, but I'm trying to. I'm really working on it, because there is only one life to live. So if today we're all healthy, if today sun is shining, if today everything is fine, just enjoy, just Sonia, just enjoy the moment, you know. But it's something that my mom could never do, and it's something that I guess I inherited from her, because I also always like fear about something going wrong. So that's just so I would like to know if you can relate to that, or am I the only one? I'm sure I'm not, but it's pretty hard. I wonder how those carefree people do, you know. But I guess it takes a lot of practice. I do have my diary that I started since the beginning of this year, and every day I try to find something really, really positive in my day, write it down, and just remind myself that, you know, I'm happy, I have all the reasons to be happy. So yeah, another thing how motherhood has changed me is that I am doing way more cleaning than I ever did, like in my entire lifetime. I am doing so much cleaning, it's just crazy, you know. I mean, it's not crazy, it's normal, but I never ever did so much cleaning on a daily basis. So also I never thought of myself as a patient person. I always thought of myself as a very impatient person, but I was proven wrong, because I do have a lot of patience with my little one. Obviously he's now at that age where tantrums are on a daily plate, but it's a normal thing, you know. Tantrums are good, you know. Tantrums are fine, they are just a sign of normal child development at that age. But I do have a lot of patience even for his tantrums and for his craziness, for the daily craziness. So that's fine. I'm discovering this whole new calm side of myself, which is great. I feel that I am more confident. I can go out without any problem, without wearing any makeup. I'm just more confident in my own body, the way I look. I will not change anything about myself, you know, about my features and everything. I just really want to work on my inner self and just grow my inner self, make my inner self more beautiful. This is my aim, my goal. I really put some things in perspective. I think, you know, knowledge is such a great power that you can have in this world, you know. Knowledge, nobody can take your knowledge away from you. So I think, you know, being healthy and being knowledgeable, you know, knowing things, just being educated, it's the most important thing. in this life. You know, all the other things are so superficial. This is how I think right now. Yeah, I think I'm smiling way more, and I think of myself as a stronger person now, because before I thought I would not be able to go through a childbirth. I thought this is something that I personally cannot handle, cannot do, that my body just cannot do it, and I was not comforted at all, thinking, you know, women have done it for centuries and centuries since the world is here. I was not comforted thinking that other can do it, so can I. But when I gave birth, I was like, did I seriously just do it? Like, did I seriously just go through this without any pain relief? Like natural childbirth, it was just beautiful, and I was just, did I really do that? And since that day, I don't know, it feels to me like I'm living a different life, seriously. I mean, same but different. I don't even know how to describe it. Also, my mom has changed. I can notice that she has a little hope and like a ray of optimism for the future. My mom has gone through a lot in this life. It's been tough for her. She has a lot of traumas, a lot of things to think of. She's always oriented towards her past, and she lives in the past. I feel like I lost my mom. I lost a part of my mom in the 90s because she never, you know, was the person she was before going to the war. But since my little one was born, she has, as I said, a ray of hope, a ray of light in her life. I can see that it's her joy as well, her happiness, you know. So these are all the beautiful emotions that we are feeling, that I'm feeling, that I wanted to share with the world, I guess. So feel free to judge me. Yes, go ahead, leave the comments, but at least have the decency to, you know, listen carefully through my entire video, you know, and just think that every person is different. So guys, that's it. I'm going to wrap this video up because it's time to start preparing lunch for my little one, and I'm also working today in the afternoon, so I have a lot of errands to run still in the house. And yeah, I'm sending you a huge kiss from Italy. I hope you enjoyed watching this one. Very emotional, very spontaneous, very honest, and a big kiss from Italy. Hi guys, so I was doing the editing of this video, how motherhood has changed me, and I just realized that there is one thing that I really wanted to mention, and I had completely forgotten. So basically, I used to be the person who lived only for the summertime. I loved summer, and I felt like I live fully only in summertime. Whenever summer was coming to an end, I started feeling the blues, and I was feeling kind of down, and I always used to say, oh gosh, now bad weather is approaching, I'm going to be so... I'm not going to say depressed, because depression is actually a serious word, it's illness. So I'm going to say I'm going to be feeling a certain blues and just sadness. I always felt like I'm putting my life on hold until the next spring and summer season. So I would be living like only 3 months in the entire year. I used to always wish I was born in a place where there was like eternal summer and always sunshine, because I was always feeling a little bit sad whenever summer was coming to an end. But since I became a mom, I gave birth in January 20th, so in winter time. And since I became a mom, now I feel happy like all year round. Seasons really don't affect me anymore, well, except for the allergies, pollen allergies in springtime, which is a season I learned to hate just because of my pollen allergies. It used to be my favorite time of the year, but now it's unbearable. But anyway, what I wanted to say is now, even when summer is coming to an end, I don't really feel sad anymore. I actually feel excited for another season. I feel excited for the fact that, you know, winter is coming and all the holidays like Christmas and New Year's and everything have a completely different meaning when you have a kid. I think kids actually give the meaning of holidays, at least to me personally. My kid gives me, you know, the meaning of holidays, because I used to not really care about the holidays. So now I'm really looking forward to arrival of, you know, winter time, arrival of my son's birthday. I'm looking forward of season changes, everything that my son is experiencing for the first time. So he's learning about all this, and it's very exciting for me too. So I see things in a completely different way than I used to. Yeah, this is just something I wanted to put in this video, just because I think it's very big change, and I was just talking about it to my mom and to my hubby, how I felt that, how I noticed that it's such a huge change, because I used to always complain about not being able to live only in summertime all year long.